The topic I chose to discuss for my research paper is sexual victimization among college women. I hope to create an awareness for listeners by shedding light on the result and seriousness of sexual victimization by providing an overview of why women in U.S. colleges are at greater risk for sexual assaults and reasons why incidents are left unreported and mismanaged. Touching on how college campuses serve as hotspots for women to become victims of sexual assault, the understanding of how sexual assault can impact a female college student, and what we can do in the future to prevent it. As much as we would like to believe college is a safe haven, that is far from the case. Sexual victimization of women students has attracted high attention, majorly through reports of highly publicized sexual assault being mismanaged by college administrations. According to several researchers, 1 in every 5 college female is a victim of sexual assault. Other than assault, studies have also highlighted that 1 of every 7 females are stalked by fellow male students across campus. A survey conducted by the Association of American Universities found that 28% of female college students report in their very first year of college that experienced some form of unwanted sexual assault that include inappropriate touching, rape, or conducted through force or incapacitation due to a high consumption of drugs or alcohol. The majority of sexual victimizations take place in living quarters. Almost 60% of completed rapes took place in the victim's dorm. 31 took place in other areas on campus. 10% occurred in fraternity. However, studies do reflect the most sexual contacts and threatened victimizations occur on off-campus settings, such as bars, nightclubs, or in residences close to campus. Questions have risen as to why some female students are more at risk of being sexually victimized. The 4 main factors increase the risk of sexual victimization, such as containing a high consumption of alcohol, not being married, having been a victim of sexual assault prior to beginning college, and living on campus. As we continue to question what makes college a hotspot for victims, several researchers have reported the majority of female students who are assaulted know the person who sexually victimized them. For attempted and completed rapes, a survey had reported about 9 out of 10 victims were familiar with their perpetrator, as most oftentimes being a boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, acquaintance, friend, or classmate. Regardless of the advancement of governmental involvement, sexual brutality on college grounds is still incredibly unreported. According to the Department of Justice, 80% of sexual assault cases on campus go unrecognized. One of the main reasons sexual assault on campus goes unreported is that the victims might be unclear of what is considered rape or other forms of sexual assault. In each incident report, the best way to define and collect more accurate incident reports is to have very carefully worded and specific questions on victimization surveys. Another challenging factor to consider is when attempting to measure sexual assault incidents, the reluctance of victims reporting it. Victims can choose not to report due to a number of reasons, such as feelings of helplessness and embarrassment, believing it was their fault due to victim blaming, or fear of incriminating the perpetrator. Female victims are often hesitant to report incidents based on the situation they were in during the time of the assault. Their case is often reevaluated when they report if they were under the influence of drugs or alcohol during the time of the assault, or if they had any past connection with the perpetrator. Female students have often felt re-victimized during the investigation and downplay their assault due to fear of being treated hostility by the justice system or believing the police will not take their case seriously. With that being said, measuring reports makes it very challenging to capture the true prevalence of rape and other forms of sexual assault. Women who are sexually assaulted can not only experience physical trauma, dealing with mental trauma is also very common to experience after an assault. Many female victims face mental struggles as the aftermath, such as depression, which is considered the most common. Victims also get flashbacks of their assault caused by past trauma from the attack. Post-traumatic stress disorder, known as PTSD, is a common disorder among sexual assault or rape survivors. PTSD is a type of anxiety disorder triggered by traumatic events. As it is normal for survivors of sexual abuse to have feelings of anxiety, stress, and fear after the assault. However, if these feelings increase, it can make it difficult to function in everyday life. Another trend that is common for victims of sexual assault is the increase of substance abuse, using drugs or alcohol as a crutch to help with wanting to escape reality. Dealing with assault on campus makes it a lot harder to recover from assault, as they may still have the perpetrator present in their classes, dorms, or other areas on campus. A study showed among rape survivors, nearly 1 in 3 suffered academically, and 1 in 5 had considered leaving campus. Women pose a huge risk in college campuses across the USA, and these risks are not only limited to rapes, but also undesirable sexual contact, sexual harassment, and inappropriate touching. It is the administration's job on campus to make sure all resources are provided and available for students, such as knowing who and how to report an issue if an assault takes place, along with strongly encouraging victims to seek professional help from their school counselor or getting involved with a support group with students who have also been a target of victimization. What inspired me for this research topic was the documentary Audrey and Daisy on Netflix, a true story of 2 high school students who were sexually victimized, telling their story and how the justice system failed them. Hearing their story will give you an insight on how sexual assault can impact a life. If you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. Thank you for listening.